Hello, good day everyone. For today, we're going to tackle about efficient classroom organization for multigrade settings, particularly in organizing display and learning center areas. When you have a wide range of age, ability, maturity, and interest among the class, it is important that your classroom is highly organized and structured. Everyone needs to know where to find things, how to store things, where to sit for different activities, where to put complemented work, and many more. The multi-grade classroom may look quite different to a traditional classroom. Instead of desks in lines, all facing the chalkboard, you may see desks organized into small groupings, a space in the center of the room, or perhaps some marked spaces around the room where groups can sit on the floor and work. Workstations or learning centers where individuals and groups may go to complete activities. This will be made by the teacher and could include maths, writing, language, centers, or focus on the theme being taught. Resources kept on shelves around the outside of the room, in boxes which are labeled to help the group identify what they need. Boxes or folders for students' work to be kept in, and plenty of examples of individual, group work and display. Whatever the physical arrangement, multi-grade teachers need to be flexible in the approach and their classroom space may be recognized often. Here are the general guidelines for classroom organization. First, we have display areas. We should decide which part of the classroom are appropriate for display of the students' work, charts, and many more. Make the best use of the space available. It is not a good idea to block the light by covering the windows with posters and paintings. Display boards, soft boards painted white are very useful. You can pin or staple work on them and change display easily. There are some points that we should consider. First, the classroom environment should be interesting for the whole range of students in it. All students should feel it is their classroom. Students' work should be shown carefully and thoughtfully so they can see you value their efforts. Students can learn something from discussing with the teacher which work should be chosen for display. We should also ensure a balance of work. It should be displayed not just the best students' work. Students like to see their name on their work. It makes them feel proud. Use displays to reinforce thematic work that you are working on the classroom. Try to change displays regularly. It allows all students to have a chance of showing some of their work and increases motivation. In making good use of display boards, we have information display. Display boards should be interesting, colorful, and eye-catching. The display board should be a teaching aid. Use it to give information, reinforce lessons taught. Next is art and craft display. The materials needed are two pieces of paper for each student, scissors and glue. Draw a picture on one piece of paper, use another piece to make a window. Stick it around the edges and cut it so it will open. Next we have getting to know the grade 3, 4, our class. Can you recognize everyone? So we can include that in our getting to know board. Back your board with large pieces of paper. Each student draws and colors a large portrait of themselves. Cut them out and stick them together to make a class group. Add some greetings. Use the different vernacular languages spoken. Other ways to display materials, so we can also use this one. Students' written work, drawings or paintings can be hung on the strings above their heads. This is also a good way of displaying a large print story for the whole class to read together. Mobiles. Mobiles are an interesting way to display students' craft work like wood carving or small models. Words display in English on one side and vernacular on the other can also be displayed on mobiles. Using mats made locally of pandanus or coconut leaves are a good way to create display space. The displays can be attached to mat, hung on a nail, and later stored away if necessary. Attaching a mat to a wooden frame also provides more display space and work can be attached with pins, tape, or staples. Where the wall space is unsuitable for display, attach a mat to the wall to create more display space. You could make a portable display stand using a wooden frame of soft wood or bamboo with a thick pandanus mat nailed permanently to it. This can be used as a divider in your room and is useful when small groups are working on different activities. Multigrade teachers may find it useful to have several blackboards in the classroom, then can be fixed to the wall, maybe at a low level for smaller children, or mobile so they can be moved around the room. You can make a blackboard from a sheet or two of hardboard or masonite and painting it matte black. Special blackboard paint is the best if you can get it, ask your provincial education for it. Now let's proceed to room to move. In the multi-grade classroom, grouping students in different ways will require different seating arrangement. In the traditional classroom, all desks are lined up facing the blackboard and the teacher works from the in front of the room. In a multi-grade classroom, it is difficult for the teacher to organize group work if the classroom is set up like this. There are many ways to arrange your classroom, but you should consider these things. First, you will need a floor space where the whole class can gather for activities led by teacher. Desks can be grouped together, two or three, facing each other for group work. The students are facing each other to encourage them to talk together and work cooperatively. Divide your classroom up to areas, whole class area, library corner, learning centers, small group work, and individual work areas. Every classroom will be different, and the space you have will be dependent on the number of students in your class, so there is no one to go about this task. If you're not sure, try it out and see. The use of low and cupboard or bookshelf or a partition, perhaps one made of bamboo, can help divide the room into different sections. Be sure that you can see all the students if you do this. And be prepared to change your room arrangement when necessary. Let's proceed with storage. Try to make the best available use of cupboards and shelves by placing them where they will suit your needs. Students need easy access to books and materials. Facilities for storage will vary. Many classrooms will be short of space and won't have purpose-built storage units. Here are some hints. Store similar things together. Collect similar size containers, for example, magazine, ice cream containers, plastic boxes, or strong cartons of all shapes and sizes. Label clearly all storage areas. The students could complete this task as a language activity. Let the students share in the storage activities. They should know where and how things are stored. Students should be given the job of maintaining the storage areas. Check your storage areas regularly and throw it out things you don't need. Useful storage. If you have some things if you wish to keep but are not using at the moment, put them into a storeroom if the classroom has one. Don't clutter up your classroom with them. Personal space. Make sure every student has personal storage space for their own things. This could be container properly labeled and stored on a shelf. Cleaning. Make sure personal storage units are cleaned out regularly. If not, their space will end up piled with all sorts of rubbish taking up valuable space. Make time for a clean up every few weeks. Multi-grade classes need resources to operate efficiently. It is important that teachers to be creative in thinking of ways to make and collect resources. During your time as student teachers, you will be making and collecting many resources that will assist us when we are finally taking up the teaching position.